Myles was saying that you guys talked, I don't know how often this off-season, about kind of your respective situations. Can you maybe just shed some light on what you guys talked about throughout those processes?
Obviously, him just offering more support, just being a big brother, good friend throughout the situation, and then obviously, just me reaching out, asking for a couple of tickets, and doing some relay about how the season's going, and pretty much it.
There's only so many people that can do what you guys do at the level at which you guys do it. What kind of camaraderie does that kind of create amongst you, Myles, and guys in your league?
Yeah, I think one, it brings the brotherhood type because when you the best, and I would say he's probably one of the better guys. If you argue Myles is better, I wouldn't hesitate to probably say you're right. But competing and understand what he's done for the game of football and how he's came in and dominated, but then also offering fellowship and mentorship. I think that's what separates the good and the great. Like just being a big brother, a big friend. Outside of football, you offering that, I think that just offers, just an unbelievable amount of respect when you do that. And you see his work ethic and you see his process, and you say, okay, this is why this guy is this good and this great. So, I think a lot goes into it, but, I would say those factors weigh a lot more on me.
How many people on that list of guys that you would argue if someone said they're better?
Just him. Just him.
Micah, as somebody who's gone through a contract negotiation recently, how involved do you think players should be in the actual negotiating?
Man, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I say you hire someone that you trust for a reason. It's like if you're going to court, you're not saying you trust yourself to fight for yourself, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing that, so I'm not going to go into a room with an owner and fight for myself because, we don't know everything. We don't know everything. We don't know every law, every faction, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I feel about it.
But when Jerry said he was negotiating with you, you didn't really think that was a negotiation then?
Nah. Obviously, he wants to know where I'm at, what I think. I'm thinking he wants to know where I'm at, where I think with the process. And that's what I thought. Obviously, none of that matters now. I'm here. We're going into week 3, and I'm just ready to go and ball.
You're no longer on the injury report, so going into this game, do you feel like you'll be done with the snap counts and won't have to have any limitations?
Who knows? We got 2 more games in the bye, so we'll see how they feel. They'll probably let me know tomorrow what's going on, but hopefully it just keeps wearing down to a full game.
Do you see any reason at this point for you to be on a snap count? Because obviously first 2 weeks, short week, no training camp. At this point, do you see any reason?
Yeah, training camp's 4 weeks for a reason. You know what I mean? It takes a while, but the training staff, we've been on it. We've been working out, before and after every day. So we're slowly getting there.
Micah, what's made you guys as a defense as a whole so tough to run against these first couple of games?
Just this relentless nature. Understanding that we're a fast, physical football team, and understanding that we're trying to win, and we want to be the best defense. And I think it's a great opportunity to show that this week. They got the number 1 ranked defense. We're a little bit behind them, so we got some making up to do.
Myles said that you guys worked out together last spring or started working out. What are those sessions like with you two?
Oh, man, they're heated. I honestly, in all my life, and I was at Penn State, and I was a super competitive environment, but you couldn't have a bad day. There was a lot of, talking and nonsense going on between me, Will, Aiden, and a couple other guys from Cleveland. But you couldn't have a bad day. The stakes were high every day, and I type they tell you don't look into the future, but I can't wait to get back into that room and see how these guys completed the season and see how everyone performed. But I think everyone's off to a really good start.
You mean Will Anderson and Aiden Hutchinson?
Yeah.
Who was the best trash talker?
Probably me. Probably me. Myles don't say a lot, and if you get some words out of him, you really starting to get under his skin.
Have you been able to get under his skin?
Of course,
before?
100%. 100%.
Michael, what's the prep like for a quarterback that's been in the league for 17, 18 years and has seen everything?
Man, you just gotta disguise really well. You gotta disguise really well. You gotta get them uncomfortable. Just us in the back end, we got to be united, work in tandem, and really just try to do our best efforts to, approach the situation right.
Josh and Nate were telling us that they love playing on the road, this being the first road game of the season? What's your, mindset when you get on the road for the first time?
I don't know. There's like jitters, new fan base, a new momentum. Obviously, don't have the pack out there. That kind of is a big difference. But creating your own energy, it's a real thing. So going on the road, it's exciting. But the thing that come out, got to get hot early and get going early.
Mike, a lot of the coaches and people around here have talked about your competitive nature. I know you told us you were playing ping pong with Tucker. Any other side games that you've been involved in yet? Like game of horse or anything like that?
Man, just out there in the creek shooting some hoops, you know what I mean? I got a couple per diems in my pocket from that.
Who's?
CO, and I keep telling him, I was like, CO, don't play no one else. You just come to me every time. You just come to me every time. So, I got a couple guys that come in. We actually went bowling on Tuesday. And, second game in, I rode 258, not too bad, not too shabby. Took Josh Jacobs and me Cole and a couple of those guys like that. So, I'm just happy, we compete and we're spending time outside the building and we're just building relationships.
Mike, I know when you first got here, we were talking about Rashid a little bit more on the personal side of things, but what have you thought of just the tackle that he's turned himself into? A 2-year starter now, coming in as a 7th-round pick to be the type of player he's been for this team.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't know about She was supposed to be a first-round guy. We was in the same class together coming in, and he was always that guy that wanted to get better, wanted to dominate, guy that always put one foot in front of the other and just wanted to be great. So honestly, with Bagatari going down and then moving on and She coming in, it really doesn't surprise me, the growth. And I mean, he challenged himself every week. He was like, hey, come to my side. He's watching film. He's like, yo, you hit me with something crazy. Like, what was that? And he's watching it. He's a guy that wants to get better. He studies the game. He loves the game. So, if he has a lot of success this year and continue, it really wouldn't surprise me. I'm just happy that we're back in the same building together, and I get to see that development myself.
Micah, you told us that you might occasionally say things you shouldn't. Rashid said he thought you guys could go undefeated. In terms of things you should or shouldn't say, how do you kind of view that?
To the people, he probably shouldn't say it, to the people. But I don't see anything wrong with what he said. They always say you should share your dreams in private because people won't understand them. So, to me, you're exactly right. To a million fans out there, they're probably like sheets full of themselves. You know how people are, like, who gives a damn though? Like, as long as he plays the way he should play and been playing, I don't care what he says as long as he backs it up. So keep talking if you want, but just be careful with the other people they're going to say if you care about it. If you like me, I don't really care about what people say. We should win every game. That's the mindset you should have. That's the mindset I want my left tackle to have, is that pound for pound, he feels like he could compete with the best because we're going to play some dogs, and he got one this week. So, it's going to be a challenge for him, and you should want your, left tackle to have that type of confidence.
We've seen the production you've had yourself. We've seen the influence you've had on other guys getting production. But it feels like a defense that was really confident and feeling really good about themselves feels even better ever since you arrived. Can you sense that? Have the guys talked to you about that? Because it feels like they were already good, and now they're like, holy crap, we have Micah Parsons too. Do you sense that at all?
I think I was probably like one of the pieces that they felt like, they will feel even more confident if they had, and I'm just happy I can add to the room, really. I think this was already a really good team going into last year without me. I just think we can become a lot better with me here, and I just hope we continue it, like continually keep going to be great. And I think the guys, the approach they take every week is the right approach. So I don't think we should have a drop-off.
You talk about pieces. This is a draft and develop league. And for a very long time, this organization was kind of the model of draft and develop over the past couple of years. They brought in some pieces like Josh, like X. How much did they kind of help when you got here to kind of let you know what to expect in making this type of transition when you've already kind of set your reputation in the league and then you're joining a new team?
Yeah, I think early on, X him and Josh was one of the first people to reach out, like, hey, we want you here. We could really be something special. And, you always appreciate that, but then just off the field talk, like, how to live, what to expect, things like that. Those things can be just as important. But, free agency works for some people. You know what I mean? Free agency, trades, things like that. Like, I definitely think it's a hit or miss situation. It's a hit or miss situation, but trying new things is also good too, and just hopefully it pans out.
It's kind of wild to join a new team before the season, right on the onset. Have you had much time just to be comfortable here and to let yourself kind of sink into the environment with everything else going on?
Off the field, not really yet. I'm just still going in and out of Airbnbs, but team-wise, absolutely. I don't think they give me a chance not to feel the love and passion. I mean, from the first week, the embracement from my guys in the room, the rest of the team, whether it's off the field, if I needed tickets to the game, and their suites, and I mean, just encouragement of love and support from everyone. So I feel like when it comes to this team, I feel, 100% comfortable.
So you haven't found a permanent residence yet?
Nah, not yet.
So what would happen if Jordan Love lowered his shoulder on you like he did that DB the other day?
Night. Night. LaFleur, like, Jordan, what the you doing? You know what I mean?
Remind him not to do that then.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Two more for Mike there.
The coaches were saying that, I think it was Mannion who said that you guys on the sideline, the defense, that fired you guys up more than anybody when you saw him do that. So I know there's risk involved, but were you impressed? Were you digging it?
I was super impressed. I was probably one of the first ones that got up and was like, hell yeah. But, at the same time, he's a professional. He knows how to protect his body, protect the football, and that's all that matters. I mean, he knows when to take shots. He knows when to slide. Like, it's all a part of being football savvy and IQ. So I know if he saw the right person right there, that he's for sure going to take the safe route.
Speaking of being a professional, you've done this for a long time now, but you know what's looming next week. How do you compartmentalize so you're not thinking about what's to come and you're just focused on this week?
Man, really just getting after Flacco. I kind of like the name The Hunter. I haven't had Flacco yet. I need him. I want him. It's time to go get him. We 2 days out. VO, he does the countdown. And, he he makes it impossible you forget names. Like, he yells them out. He's like, Pacheco, Lucas. Like, he's yelling them in. We're 2 days out, and I couldn't be more excited. It's just all about that QB right in front of me. I don't want to look past him. I need him.